Welcome to your weekly General Aviation news update. We have 4 stories for you this week. The first one is a passenger that crash lands an airplane after the pilot becomes incapacitated. We have United 767 loses a slide in flight. What? A plane lands on I-10 after running out of fuel and then takes off again. And then EAA AirVenture is next week. All right, your first story this week is an interesting one. A passenger crash landed at Piper Meridian after the pilot became incapacitated. The 79-year-old pilot experienced what they called a undisclosed medical emergency, resulting in an unidentified passenger taking over the flight controls and piloting the Meridian towards Martha's Vineyard Airport in Massachusetts. The passenger crash landed off the runway at the airport, resulting in the plane's left wing breaking and causing some serious damage to the aircraft, but both the passengers and the pilot were transported to the hospital, where the passenger who landed was uninjured and released. The pilot still remains in the hospital with serious life-threatening conditions, I think related to what had happened before the landing. It's unknown at the moment if the passenger had any sort of flight training beforehand, but we don't know the identity of either of these people, but we're glad that they were able to make it out. The second story this week is a head-scratcher with a United 767-300 that lost an emergency slide approximately 4 miles east of Chicago O'Hare before landing. No problems or warnings were experienced during the flight, and then the missing equipment was discovered after the aircraft landed. The slide was found after the police were called due to an object making contact with somebody's house, causing only minor damage. The flight started in Switzerland's Zurich airport and then had a crew of 10 people and 155 passengers on board. The FAA and United apparently are investigating to figure out what happened. Next up, interesting story. A plane landed on I-10 this week after the pilot failed to transfer fuel between the tanks. Oops. Resulting in the airplane running out of fuel. Making the story even better, a driver on I-10 realized that the plane was attempting to land and then assisted the pilot by pulling on their hazard and slowing down the traffic to clear the area. Even more interesting, the airplane landed. The drivers helped push the airplane off to the median, and then police responded and assisted the pilot with retrieving the fuel from the airplane, and then they took off from I-10 without any incident. And you can see videos playing in the background. Florida Highway Patrol says that the pilot will not face any fines for the incident. And your last story is AirVenture. EAA AirVenture, or as we call it, Oshkosh, is going to happen next week, and we will be in attendance. Come and see us at booth 90, 91, 96, and 97. We're right by the main entrance on the right side. You can't miss it. We have a gigantic tent. And so come check out the booth, and we'll have a bunch of giveaways, simulators that you can fly. Hopefully our airplane, we're having some issues getting the plane to the booth, and then you can see the team. So stop by, get some pictures, say hi, and then otherwise we will see you next week.